In this video, I'm going to be showing you how you can actually save some money so that you can use part of that money to invest. A lot of people, work very, very hard 365 days a year without even any form of rest. But unfortunately, they're unable to save some money, not even talking about investing some money. How can you be able to save? How can you actually be able to invest money? A lot of people have been asking this question, that I'm working very, very hard, but I cannot save any form of money so that I can actually invest money. The hallmark of this lecture is how you can actually use your budget to save some money and also be able to invest. If you are actually working and there's no percentage of money that's actually going for investment, or no percentage of money that's actually going for saving, then there's actually a problem. You need to know how to invest your money so that you can also be able to invest some part of this money. To do this, you need to learn how to divide your money into three parts, into three basic parts, which I'm going to be discussing in this video. The first one, which I'm going to talk about now, is what I call savings. A lot of us don't have what I call a saving culture. We earn the money, we spend the money. This is rather unfortunate, and this is not a very good situation, and it does not show what I call a healthy financial life. You should be able to save some part of your money whenever you get paid at the end of every financial month. This is very, very important because life actually happens. Anything can happen in life, and when this emergency actually happens and you don't actually have any form of saving, at the back end, you may find yourself in a very difficult financial situation. So when you're talking about savings, what's actually a saving? This is the amount of money you keep in a savings account. I actually believe that by now, a lot of us actually have what I call a savings account. You have a savings account, I have a savings account, and everybody actually have a savings account. Let me generalize it. So when you talk about in a savings account, you're talking about the amount of money you actually keep in a bank account. And when you talk about this savings account, this is the money you are not supposed to touch. A savings account is not supposed to be touched. But unfortunately, a lot of people touch this money because they have, issues that they needed to sort out, and because of that, they touch this money. But naturally, a savings account is not supposed to be touched. And the beauty of it is that if you can confidently and consistently save your money for a period of 6 months, and without even withdrawing that money or touching that money, means that you're actually, in a healthy financial life. That is the basic. Now, back to savings account. When you talk about the savings account, this is the money you actually keep in, in a bank account. This savings account is very, very important because savings accounts is meant for what I call a period of emergency. Emergency actually happens in life, and when they happen, the savings account is the money you actually use at the end of the day. But unfortunately, a lot of people actually misconstrued, both of them together. They believe that the savings account is actually for retirement account. It doesn't work that way. I've stated this before, because over time, inflation is going to affect that money, and that money is going to actually lose value. So if you are the type that you're actually keeping money in a savings account for retirement, then you need to have a rethink today, because a savings account is not meant for retirement. A savings account is actually meant for what I call a period of emergency. So because it's actually for a period of emergency, you are not supposed to touch this money. What are the examples of emergency? Emergency can occur, probably you actually lose your job, probably you have health issues that you needed to sort out. These are emergencies that are very, very important. They are indispensable. So for that reason, savings account can actually go for emergency. Number two things on how you can also save some money in order to be able to invest is what I call investing money or investment money. Now, before I proceed, you need to understand that every financial month when you get paid, you need to split your money into three parts. One is savings, which I just explained. Then the second one is what I call investment money. Investment money is very important if you want to become wealthy, if you want to become rich in life. This is the amount of money that is, busy making more money for you. So if you want to make money in 2026, then you need to do what I call investment money. When you talk about investment money simply means the amount of money you actually splitted from your main amount of money. For example, if you get paid in a period of a month, 30 days, you actually set aside certain amount of money for investment. It can be 30% of your salary, it can be 20%, it can be 25%, depending on your ability. So that money you actually set aside for investment, that money you actually set aside for wealth creation is the investment money. This money must be consistent, this money must be continuous. This is the money that can actually secure your future. Now, if you want a balanced future, if you want financial freedom, it means that you must consistently put money into that investment account. So the more money you put into that investment account, the more money you are going to make at the end of the day through what I call a decade of sacrifice. Then number three is what I call spending money, or what I call living fund. When you talk about spending money or living fund, these are the amount of money you spend on regular basis, on daily basis. The amount of money you actually spend on daily basis is your spending or living fund. This is the amount of money that we can classify for transportation, for clothing, for feeding, for so many miscellaneouses that fall under living fund. So you now understand that whenever you get paid at the end of every financial month, for you to be able to budget your money, for you to be able to save some money, and for you to also be able to invest some money, you need to follow these three processes, which is what I call savings, investment, and spending. Certain amount of money can go for savings, which is for emergency. Certain amount of money can go for investment, which is the one you don't even touch through a decade of sacrifice. And certain amount of money can go for spending, which is the amount you use on a regular basis. If you want to lay a very good financial foundation, if you want to achieve what I call financial freedom, if you want to achieve what I call financial independence, then you need to be aggressive in your savings, and you also need to be aggressive in your investment. How can you be able to be aggressive? Being aggressive simply means that you are consistent. Being aggressive simply means that you are continuous. Being aggressive simply means that you are financially disciplined. Because in most cases, a lot of us actually spend money on things that we don't necessarily need in life, just to show off, just to be flamboyant, just for people to give us validation that we're actually rich, whereas we are still struggling financially. So we should avoid what I call a fake life. So if you want to lay a very good financial foundation, then you must be aggressive, you must be disciplined, you must be continuous, you must be consistent in your savings and in your investment. You should be able to discipline yourself by living below your means. Because your friends are driving car does not mean you should go and buy a car. Because your friends are living in exorbitant houses does not mean that you should go and live in an exorbitant house. Because your friends are traveling on vacation does not mean that you should go on vacation. You must be financially disciplined. You must live below your means. You must live according to your financial ability. You should not be extravagant. You should not be flamboyant. You should not be excessive. You should not spend money recklessly. This is 2026. Be financially disciplined. Avoid what I call extravagant life. Avoid what I call impulse buying. Because a lot of us, everything we see, we want to buy. You see a clothes, you want to buy it. You see a car, you want to buy it. You see a wristwatch, you want to buy it. You see a phone, you want to buy it. I could remember some time ago, I actually used a phone for about a period of 7 to 8 years. 7 to 8 years. And nothing happened actually. I was using the phone like every other human being in life, and it doesn't affect my activities one way or the other. So that's the kind of life we should live, because I know some people that every 3 months, 6 months, they need to change their phone to the latest one. That kind of a life is an extravagant life, it's a flamboyant life. So avoid extravagant life, avoid impulse buying that wherever you go, anything you come across, you have to buy it. They create a hole in your pocket, and at the end of the day, they will not allow you to be financially independent. A lot of people will complain that it's very, very difficult to achieve financial independence. It is not difficult. If you are financially disciplined, if you are determined, if you are pragmatic, if you are resilient with your money, you can achieve financial discipline. All you need to do is to be disciplined. Avoid some certain things in your life. Things that will not add value to your life, avoid buying them. Things that cannot edify you or make you grow in life, avoid buying them. I'm not saying that you should not buy things, but things that will create a hole in your pocket that cannot add any form of value to you, you should avoid those things. So you can actually achieve financial independence. You can actually be able to save some money and also be able to invest your money. Don't forget, every time you get paid at the end of every financial month, you must split your money into 3 parts: savings, investment, and spending. And be very articulate, and be very disciplined, and be very consistent, and be very pragmatic, and be very focused. Be sincere with yourself and say to yourself, this thing I am going to achieve it. So anytime you get paid at the end of every financial month, always divide your money into 3 parts. Your investment money should be able to make you more money at the end of the day. Your investment money should be able to make you more money even when you are not working, even when you are sleeping, even when you're on holiday, even when you're on leave, even when you are not doing anything. Your investment money should be working for you. That is the beauty of investment. When you are not doing anything at all, when you are busy doing one thing or the other, or you are in your office where you are doing what I call your primary job, your investment is always working for you and making money for you. So your investment money should be able to make money for you this year, even when you are also working. That means that at the end of the day, you have been able to create what I call multiple streams of income. When you talk about multiple streams of income, it means that you have other means that is generating money for you apart from your primary job. This is 2026. Don't rely on one single job. The reason why a lot of people are complaining today is because they don't have any source of income apart from their primary job. This is 2026. Start doing things, start investing, start creating multiple streams of income that can generate money for you at the end of the day. So if you follow the path which I've already discussed in this video, you can be rest assured that you can be able to invest your money and your investment can grow at the end of the day. So what we're saying here is that when you are not working, your money is actually working for you. The more money you invest, the more money you make. When you continuously invest your money, when you are consistently investing your money over a period of time, it will get to a point where your money should be able to afford all the luxurious things that you actually wanted in life, but you must be able to pay the sacrifice. And what is that sacrifice? A decade of what? Of commitment, a decade of sacrifice. You must go through that inconveniences in order for you to become wealthy. If you continue to spend all your money, if you continue to spend all your hard-earned money, it will be very difficult for you to have financial independence. So once you get that money, don't spend all the money. So if you continue to spend less, then you can be rest assured that also you can be able to invest more. So spend less this year and invest more. Spend less, invest more, and also save more. Now the beauty, let me tell you one secret. After saving your money for a period of 6 months and you don't have any emergency, you can actually put that money into investment. And what does that entail? That means that you are putting more money into investment, and your investment will continue to grow more and more and more, and continue to compound over a long period of time through what I call a decade of sacrifice. Imagine if you are able to have for example, 1 million naira in investment portfolio for a period of 1 year, that means that you are going to be rest assured that you are making 1.2 million. That is 1,200,000 at the end of the day. That is a big amount of money. Now imagine that you are able to invest 20 million. That means at the end of the day you are having 24 million. That's a big amount of money at the end of the day. So you are making money. To make more money, you must invest money. That's what we're saying here. To make more money, you must continuously invest more money. The more money you make, the more money you invest, the more money you also save at the end of the day. At the end of it all, you can be able to assure yourself that you're going to have what I call financial independence. I hope you have gained something in this video. If you have actually gained something in this video now, please follow my page and don't forget to share this video, like, and also give your comments on how we can serve you better. Till I see you next time, keep hustling and keep making money. Thank you and God bless you. Bye bye.